I don't know how long it will take them. My understanding is it could take them up to Saturday, Sunday timeframe to get that line repaired. We're hoping to get the gas shut off here within the next hour or two.
So just to be clear, this gas line was not struck. Just kind of explain that for me.
So they were preparing to, my understanding is they were preparing to put a temporary line around and then repair that under the road. So they were going to have the road closed. Maybe they knew it was a problem, maybe the disruption of the soil around it or whatever, and it gave out on its own in the meantime. So.
And so in the meantime, do residents who are evacuated, they have to stay out of their homes until the Saturday, Sunday that you're talking about?
We don't think so. Once we get the gas stopped, which we think will happen here in the next hour or two, because we had a number of hurdles we had to take care of prior to shutting the gas off. They had to deal with some power issues, and they had to bring crews in that specialize in this. So they're working on that plan. I think they have the plan. They're working on executing it now. I think they have the power isolated. So that gas should be shut off and isolated very soon. Fire department will verify with their gas monitors that things are safe to return for people. We're hopeful that that happens this evening at this point, and we won't have to deal with any overnight evacuees. Then the problem will be the village may not have natural gas supply until we deal with either a temporary solution or Saturday, Sunday when that line's repaired again.
Can you just kind of explain the safety risk in something like this? I know people are evacuated as a precaution. Can you just explain what kind of risk people are at right now?
So the primary risk associated with natural gas is explosion. So the fire hazard. So that's what the gas monitoring will tell us is there indeed a lower explosive limit that we're approaching with the gas levels. We don't anticipate we'll find that, but we're going to verify it before we let anybody back in.
And can you say one more time who discovered this and how?
I don't have those details, but you got some video of what it looks like. Do you mean the leak itself or previously the degraded line?
I mean today, but also if you could talk about previously.
Again, I don't know. I know there's been discussions with ODOT on closing the road. It was supposed to happen a few days ago and then go for about a week. That got postponed for reasons I'm not sure of. But then it was identified it was a problem. So then they needed to, I don't know if they didn't have all the resources they needed to repair it, so it got delayed, but it was supposed to start on the 7th.
So it's probably accurate to say, fire department, city had known about this for a few days leading up to this event?
We knew there was going to be a road closure to replace a gas line. So, yeah.
And while I was out there, I saw a crane. It looked like some equipment. Has work already started to?
There was some prep work being done, some equipment being taken out there, some of the line exposed on each side of the road.
Did the fire department, anybody have any sort of idea how long it had kind of been leaking up to this point?
See, the leak when it happened, I believe, was 3:30ish when it, catastrophically started leaking. So I assume there were multiple 911 calls at that time. I'd have to go back and look. I can't answer that question for sure.
But no idea about any sort of issues kind of leading up to it, like the days?
No, I don't. I'm not. TCC, the gas supplier or the owner of the line would have to answer that question. I assume they knew there was some degradation going on their normal testing that they do on the pipelines.
And then from the EMA's perspective, why are you evacuating people? What's the danger?
So the primary danger with the natural gas leak is explosion, fire hazard.
Do you have any idea about the number of people that are at Portage Fire Department or Oak Harbor?
Yeah, so the evacuees were asked if they needed assistance to go to Portage Fire District, and there were about 8 or 10 people over there. We're hopeful that we can get things rectified and get them back in their homes yet today.
If that doesn't happen, what is the plan?
The American Red Cross has been contacted. They're en route now to the fire station in case we need them to find a place to put them up. Likely they would deal with them on an individual basis in a hotel type scenario for the night.
One more time, how many people are affected by this
So,
estimated?
yeah, the fire department estimated 129 households.
You guys are going to go through the typical channels, I would imagine, to let people know that it's safe to go back home. Facebook, the ODOT, all the ways that you guys were notifying people.
Yes, yeah, we've been talking about that plan of how we let people know they can come back in and making sure that's done in an orderly fashion. Okay.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to mention to people who may be watching?
No, all's good. Do you have another question?
Any other idea about blackouts? I know we had the city hall.
So
here.
yeah, that's a good point. We did talk about the power outages that needed to be done to safely shut that line down. My understanding is the Toledo Edison line, when they had shut it down here just 15, 20 minutes ago, that it might have taken out up to 3,000 customers.
Yeah.
Again, we hope that only lasts an hour or two, but you know, that's gonna depend on how quickly they can purge that line.
Any idea about, you know, school closing, anything tomorrow? That'd be
I
affected?
do not, we haven't had those discussions yet. Okay? Thank you so much.
All right, and can you say and spell your first name
All
and
right,
last name?
first name is Fred, F-R-E-D, last name is Peterson, P-E-T-E-R-S-E-N.
And your title?
Director with the Ottawa County Emergency Management Agency.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Very good, thank you guys. I apologize for the delays. Okay, yeah, yeah.